Now it's streaming, but it's not fully live yet.
All right.
I remember the days when Hangouts wasn't trash. Okay. It's fetching the video stream. Bada ba, bada bing. I actually need to go here. I need to fix something here. Crop, transform. Killing me. Transform, order, transform. Properties. No, I want filters. Just cancel. Cancel. Filters. Here we go. Add a filter. Call it crop. Cool. Crop from the top. I'm just cropping out the URL because like there are a shitload of spam bots. Cool. Transition. All right. Shit. Close this. Here we go. Put this on the left. Put you on the right. Close this. Almost done. Oh, great. Everything went black. All right. I have an i7 and everything is still lagging. Jesus Christ.
That's why I can't host these things right now. I need to upgrade my shit. My hardware's not good.
I need the International Space Station just to go live. Let me check the settings. Live video. Publish this as a continuous live video. What does that mean? Continuous live videos will be deleted. Oh no. There we go.
Why is that even an option? What is that?
I have absolutely no idea. All right, we're live.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good.
We're live right now. I'm just sharing the link with a couple people.
I'll get it posted over on my page too here.
Okay. Yo, this is crazy. Everything is going slow. Hold on, let me check something. Absolutely ridiculous. Wow. 87%. Yeah, Chrome is such a memory hog. I need to start using Brave. Let me share this.
Yeah, we got a little lag going on.
Yeah, I just noticed. 5 viewers already. Wow. Oh, what up?
How's everybody doing?
Hit invite. Oh, that's how you do it. Cool. I'm just sending these out. I don't know why it won't give me the direct link. That's crazy. This thing changes like every other day. Yeah, it's literally, it's not showing me the direct link at all.
Really?
Hold on. I got it. But, there we go. That should be it. I'm about to share the direct link with you right now. I don't know if you already have it. Just sent it to you.
All right.
There you go. A couple more people.
Yeah, let a couple people come in here.
Yeah. All right. There we go.
Should be good to go when you are, man.
All right, I'm good to go. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of, I guess, Crypto Talk or Crypto Chat, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm here with John Liberty, a.k.a. the Pittsburgh HODLr, legendary Pittsburgh HODLr. He's doing a couple big things right now. Right now, he's writing a book. I don't know if you want to tell people about your book or if you want to just give us a little bit of a background of what you do, even though this is your second time here. We still have new people all the time, so you want to tell them that?
Yeah, I got into cryptocurrency and blockchain in like 2012, and I've been a pretty strong proponent since then. Just spreading the message and trying to get people involved in the space. Right now, I'm writing my first book. It's an ebook. It'll be out 10 June, and it's around 50 pages. Doing the final edits on it now. And my buddy actually in Germany just finished the cover today, so I might show that here at the end of the show or something. I might try to pull that up.
Okay. And where can people follow you? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter? Do you have any of that?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at rbryer23, RBRYER
Okay.
23,
Yep.
and I'm on Steam under Pittsburgh HODLr.
All right. So after the show, or in the comment section of the show, I'm gonna take the links to his social media, and then I'm gonna put them in the description for people to explore if they want to. But yeah. So today we're just generally gonna go over the news. Ryan and I have a couple topics that we want to talk about, and just inform people on what's been going on. And if people have questions, feel free to leave a comment or just ping me directly. And let's get straight to business, though. So what's the you want to go off of that list, bro?
Yeah, that's cool with me. You want to start with the stable coins?
Yeah, we can actually let's get a little bit controversial. Let's start with the 10,000 coins.
All right, go ahead. Let's
Yeah.
go straight into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, or maybe I think it was like last week or the week before, I made a post saying that I don't want to be part of the future. Something along the lines of I don't want to be part of the future where there's like 10,000 different coins. And I got called everything under the sun. I got called a network marketer. I got called a demon. I got called a scammer. I literally got called all of that stuff. And then I think pretty much everything except a child of God, basically. But nobody really asked me why I said that. And before I even get into my reason, you wanna talk a little bit about that? Do you think a future where like you have 10,000 different cryptos is possible?
No, I don't. We sort of were talking about it a little bit leading up to the show, but I don't think that's realistic at all because of all the security problems you'd have and all. It would not be a seamless. I think we're trying to get to a more seamless, network effect or whatever, where everybody can just go in and there's 50 or maybe less, 20 solid ones is probably what I think will end up being, something like that. But 10,000 is just. It's not even it's not a realistic number to me. I do think that there could be like some localized stuff though, but that wouldn't be like something where somebody on another continent per se would be using it. In my opinion, like you wouldn't have people on two continents using that coin. I don't know if that was part of if it was like more specific or.
So now I think what really pissed people off was because I was really general with it. I wasn't being specific. I wasn't saying like, oh, we're not going to have localized coins or anything like that. I was just generally saying, look, we're not going to have a future where you have 10,000 different tokens. And I think that's what really pissed people off. Cause, and then my reason behind it is like, well, first of all, having 10,000 different coins, like we're literally better off just bartering. Like we're literally just better off like bartering, like exchanging cows and sheep and shit like that. But more seriously though, like so there are several problems such as like velocity too. So like typically when you have app coins specifically, like like those tokens that only live in the ecosystem of that blockchain and they're only used for like a specific app. Like how people ICO on Ethereum because they want to build a dApp. And so that dApp has a token that is only used for that app or dApp essentially. So like that's a huge velocity issue because a lot of these app coins or dApp coins, whatever you want to call them, they don't have like mechanisms to slow down that velocity of the token. So when I say velocity in finance or economics, velocity is like how often money exchanges hands. So like you have a velocity problem of like if you have too little velocity, like then like there's no economic progress. The value is zero because no one is like exchanging anything. If you have too high velocity,
the demand in the space too. Exactly.
Yeah. If you have too high velocity, the value is also zero because nobody wants to hold your token. So when you have like these tokens, they have really, really high velocity because they're just exchanging. There's no incentive for people to want to hold these tokens other than to use the application. And then when you have things in the future, which are going to lead to increased liquidity, like, decentralized exchanges and atomic swaps, it's going to get even worse because now, like, as an end user, I don't have to have that token if we're atomic swapping through like a DEX or whatever. Like end users ultimately aren't going to care about that, that app coin because there are going to be ways for them to use the application without even needing to know that, okay, this is going to require, like, for example, HODLr or something like that, because they'll be able to they'll be able to have Bitcoin or something else, exchange it into this HODLr seamlessly, and use the application. But then when you look at the HODLr token, HODLr is actually a really good project, but I'm just using that as an example of an app coin. You have a really high velocity problem because of that. Now nobody wants to hold the app coin. There's no reason to.
I think you're right about this. I do for a couple reasons, but I read an article, I think it was today or yesterday, that 92% of all blockchain startups fail.
Yeah.
So I think really people should be, kind of like what I said, focusing on the 20 good ones first, I don't think we have 20 strong ones personally yet. So, I mean, ones that like you really want to see, interoperability and all of them together. I just think that's more important, like walk before you can crawl. Like 10,000 is right now. This sounds so outrageous. I know that there's like, I don't know how many there are now listed on CoinMarketCap and stuff like that. A couple thousand, I'm not sure, but 10,000 is not realistic to me either.
Yeah, first of all, 10,000. Let's talk about the 2,400 that we have, and 80% of them that are scams. before we even get to 10,000, you must be kidding me, bro.
And they only make it 1.22 years, I think, is what I read. So like, what is that? 14 months.
Yeah.
So
and even I mean, so I don't know if you've been on CoinMarketCap or OnChainFX or other websites like that, but you can like go back in time and you can see like the top projects that were here like a year ago, and then you fast forward to like here and you notice that like pretty much everything except Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ripple are off of that, like have died. Like literally, like you can even look at the returns. Some of them have negative 99% returns. So like if you bought it and you waited a year, you literally would have lost 99% of the money that you put in. Like, bro, like this is crazy. So when people say stuff like this, I'm like, yo, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, those are the people encouraging people to get into bad projects that are going to hurt the overall, the whole landscape of the market right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I don't get people in that. But everybody, that's one of the things with like crypto people too. You can't tell them that their project's shitty.
Oh no. Yeah. I even yesterday we were talking about upsetting people. I happened to come on and mention yesterday or the day before, I think it was the day before now, that Wednesday or Tuesday that EOS, they had that alleged hack or whatever, the virus, and people started attacking me that they already knew about the exploit and they can fix it on the run and all this stuff, and I'm like, all right, but look at Verge right now. I mean, look at all the trouble they're having.
Yeah.
But do you really know that they knew about it, or are you just listening to somebody that wants you to think they knew?
The thing with EOS was, so I did some research into that, and the virus, they already knew about that thing. Well, not necessarily like the quote unquote virus or whatever, but the Chinese company that was,
it was like 360 or something.
Yeah, like some like security 360 company. Yeah. But that's not the point. The point was they contacted Larimer. And they wanted to know if like, hey, should they publicize this? And Larimer was like, yeah, go ahead and publicize it. So like they ended up fixing it. If you look in if you look at Larimer's website, or if you look at Larimer's it's on like Reddit or it's on some website. On some website he posted about it and like he clarified the situation. So they fixed that thing they fixed it for 64-bit architecture the same day. But they're still working on it for 32-bit architecture. But sorry about that. But in my opinion, 32-bit architecture, like who uses 32-bit computers anymore? So it's not that big of a deal anymore for 32-bit. But like it's been fixed.
You're right.
But still, people don't like when you say like negative stuff because they're like, oh no, that's FUD. Like, yeah, we don't want to hear that. You're just trying to throw the price down. And I'm like, dude, half of y'all don't even use these coins.
Oh yeah, the people that are there's so many speculators coming in since November. This was the year that really the speculators
Yeah,
came in.
yeah. Like I
And
can,
even like friends coming in, like, they just, everybody wants your
yeah.
opinion, but
That's
I
what I'm
don't know.
saying.
They expected it just to go up, 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 up forever.
Yeah, bro. That's and then we're going on the tangent a little bit, and that's fine. But like even when people are saying like, "Oh, you're spreading FUD about the project and stuff," I'm like, "Yo, dude, half of you guys don't even use these projects for what they're for. Like half of y'all are speculators. You're in it.
Oh,
You're in it.
they
You're in
truly
it
are.
purely
Yeah.
to make money. A whole bunch of these are securities. Like let's not act like we know like we don't know what we're doing here. But yeah, there's my little rant with that. But
Yeah, we both diverged a little bit there, but
nah,
oh well.
we're good. Like I said, we can shoot the shit, man. Um, we could talk about Polonia. No, actually, Verge, because we're already bringing in the drama. We might as well keep talking about the drama.
All
Um,
right.
so yeah, in case people didn't know, Verge got attacked for the second time. I think it was 51% attacked, and the hacker got away with around like a mil. I know this because I read the story like 20 times, and like I've kind of gone like on a crusade against Verge. Um,
They hard forked the network, right? That's how they
um,
did that.
when they got 51% attacked,
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
uh,
I didn't mean to. I'm pretty sure it
pretty
does say
much.
51% small hash attack. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So they actually hard fork the network when they get that 51%. But
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but regardless of that, the point that I was trying to make with Verge being attacked for people who don't know, is like you have a whole bunch of these projects that are claiming to be better than like the top projects right now, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the other ones, and like even these small projects that have so much money in them are claiming to be better, but at the same time, like how are you better when you're getting attacked not once, but you've been attacked twice, and some people, well, the third time was a lie, but you've been attacked more than once, and these big networks like Bitcoin have not been attacked once. So frankly, I don't understand how people can say these small projects like Verge are going to be better than the big projects like Bitcoin. And also, we live in a day and age where pretty much everything in cryptos is open source. So if it was that much better, I'm pretty sure like the bigger projects could just literally copy the code and integrate it into whatever they're doing. That's one of the the downsides of open source. Features are essentially eliminated because people can essentially just copy it.
I've never been a huge Verge person myself.
Yeah, I mean, bro, Verge is a scam. Anyone?
I mean, look how many. I just, yeah, anything that has that high of a circulating supply, I'm just totally. I don't know. I have a hard time getting into it. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess Steam has a pretty high supply, but I'm still into Steam, so that's a little contradictory. But
I mean, Steam is a special case.
yeah,
I would argue Steam is a special case because like people use it. Like
yeah, it actually has some use case right
yeah,
now. People, it's like might be the best blockchain right now.
it,
Really, I
it
don't know.
it might be the blockchain that people actually use, but
Yeah.
even with Steam, like Steam has its problems itself, like with all the bots, the fact that it's not relatively, it's pretty centralized if you ask me, um, and people aren't incentivized to put out quality to the degree that you are on like a Medium or something like that. Like like if you write something
Oh yeah, I hear you.
like Medium
Yeah.
has like a culture of quality and like critiquing and being scholarly, I guess. But like Steam it, like I'll go and Steam it all the time, and I can't tell you how many times like I'll look at an article and like it's just utter garbage. Like it's not even it's written in broken English. Um, like most of the content's plagiarized. Like people don't cite where to get their info from. And also, like people would just literally go on YouTube and steal someone else's YouTube video and put it on their Steam profile and collect upvotes. Um, like so, Steemit has its own problems itself, but I can't say that it's one of the blockchains that actually works.
That's the worst thing about Steam. To me is what you noted. People getting onto like YouTube and just embedding the URL,
Yeah,
and then just turning that around and like getting upvotes.
yeah,
You don't see it too often. Them actually getting any respect, but that does sort of water it down.
yeah,
Like the scholarly aspect of it, I guess.
yeah. And then also like
But I still love Steam though.
yeah, bro. And then also false flagging too. Like I'll have videos where somebody will just literally randomly flag it. Like I did a post on Monero when Monero hard forked into 4 different currencies, and someone flagged me for no reason.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of flagging going on, to be honest with you, but as far as I know, but there's issues on there. There's definitely issues on that platform as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm seeing more and more people get on there though, so
Yeah.
I'm optimistic about it.
Steam. It's gonna be big. Definitely though. I was in a group chat. I forget what I was in. I was in like a G Lab group, and people were talking about like the best way that you can get the most out of Steam is if you like when you join Steam, you invest in 100 Steam power.
Oh, straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat, and I think it's either 100 or 1,000 or like 250 or something like that. The amount of Steam power that gives you 10-cent votes is what like people say like okay, that's the minimum that you need to put in Steam for it to be like a useful community. Because like there's no point in everyone joining and then we're all 1 cent, we're upvoting each other with 1 cent. That doesn't make any damn sense at all, in my opinion. And no one's gonna get money that way. But if like everyone were to join and they invested enough money so that they could give 10-cent votes, if you have 10-cent votes, that's a dollar in votes. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm about to play devil's advocate here a little bit. I think that's why they do that though. Like why they only give you a penny in the beginning, so they like don't entice people. Like they are trying to like have some sort of incentive for more scholarly stuff, maybe, or like just better overall content.
No, I'm saying that like as users, we should invest in ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with you. I agree with you.
I'm not saying that Steam Steam doesn't need to give us anything. I'm saying like if you're a new person and you're joining Steam and you want to be you know a I guess a good contributor, that's the word I'm using. You want to be a good contributor to other people's content, you should at minimum have 10-cent upvote and power. And it made sense now that I think about it because 10 people with that, they just gave someone $1, so on and so forth, pattern repeats.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm with you.
We can talk about ICOs now though.
All right.
But while he's looking that up, long story short for people, basically a whole bunch of ICOs are on the SEC's shit list and they're gonna get hit. And when they get hit, it's not gonna be pretty at all. A couple ICOs that have been shut down in 2017 was one called Arise Bank, and they claim to have raised over $200 million. Don't know if that's actually true. I'm going to assume it's not true, but they raised a significant amount of capital, and because they raised a significant amount of capital and they were a scam, the SEC had to shut them down, and obviously the founders were arrested. Centra, I believe, was also shut down by the SEC, and Centra, they were a legitimate project, but the founders, I believe, were lying about things that were not true, and they were claiming that they had partnerships that they did not have, I believe, and a whole bunch of other things. So Centra, the token, a couple weeks ago, its value literally went down like 80% in one day. And if you're listening, this is moral of the story. Make sure you know what you're investing in. Do your research. Also, another one that's been under fire from the SEC is, I believe it's called like Titanium or something like that. Like Titanium, or the name on CoinMarketCap is T-Bar. I could actually pull that up while you pull up the link.
Good. Yeah, I just don't want anything to do with any ICOs anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, T-Bar. It's 2 cents now. When Titanium Bar dropped, or when it first came out, it was 4 cents. So it went from 4 cents to, oh, sorry about that, not 4 cents. It went from 40 cents to 2 cents. Wow, that's crazy.
I'm looking right now at the District of Columbia complaint against them. I actually found that pretty interesting. That
really?
T-Bar, yeah.
Yeah, they got screwed. But yeah, I think the thing with T-Bar is they were, again, it goes back to partnerships. They were lying to investors about what they were offering. It was clearly a sale of security, basically people like there was an expectation of profit, and that's the thing with most of these ICOs. Most of these ICOs are securities.
Yeah, they're gonna end up being. That's the way they're gonna end up starting to look at all these. I think.
Yeah, I was talking to my friend Mickey about this yesterday though. I do think we need like an updated form of the Howey test because there's no way you're telling me we're using stuff from 1930 and it's working in 2018 and we're using that to evaluate like an entirely new asset class in terms of if it's a security or not. I think that's crazy.
That's the scary part about getting into any of these is because you could wake up one day and they could have had like some bill written overnight that you were just like completely oblivious to.
Yeah.
That just turned your what you're holding. I mean, it really is. It's some of it is really scary. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen to any of the projects that have been around. But for example, these ICOs, I mean, look what happens. They can come in and shut you down, and then the value falls just like that. You lose your entire investment.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Nobody wants to buy a project that it's basically been shut down.
Yeah, we're definitely far from we're definitely a long ways, like, away from the golden age of the ICOs, where ICOs didn't have KYC, where they didn't have AML, where they didn't have any of that stuff. Now it's completely different now, man.
You want to talk about the EOS or get into that a little bit or no?
Talk about EOS?
Yeah, about how about mainnet and all that or no?
Oh yeah. I mean, mainnet launches today, technically.
So we're into it. I just wanted to. I mean, we don't have to get deep into it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's happening today, just so everybody remembers.
Yeah, we can get surface level. If you haven't registered your tokens, you should probably register your tokens like now, even though I'm pretty sure it's too late to register your tokens. But have no fear, because I'm pretty sure they released an article saying that there's going to be a way for you to recover your EOS even if you haven't registered your tokens. So you probably want to go to the official website for EOS, and I'm pretty sure people on YouTube have talked about it too. And there are numerous news articles on websites like Coinbase that also explain this. But long story short, if you have not registered EOS tokens, just download Exodus Wallet, move your EOS tokens to your Exodus wallet, and then literally it's like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing in terms of registration. It takes less than a minute. Make sure you get that done, or else face the consequences. The money that you have will disappear because
it's going straight into the crypto ether.
Yeah, it's literally going into the ether, no pun intended. So I mean, there's the update with that, people.
What about stable coins? Should we?
Yeah, we can talk about stable coins. Do you want to lead that?
Yeah, I was looking at the article you happened to send me on Medium a little bit before we came on here, and it's just talking. I kind of look at this the same way. It's sort of like the same exact idea to me of the colored coins, back like 5 years ago or more than that, even like in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to pin whatever, some sort of other commodity to a digital asset, I guess, or to the scarce, whatever the digitally scarce token is, pinning some sort of physical good to it. So I don't know. What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good idea to try to create the stable coin for or do you think the volatility is good? What do you think?
I mean, so I think stable coins are going to be necessary for people who well, we can't. I'll put it this way: we can't just have Tether. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, Tether. Worries me. It really worries me.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who are worried about Tether, and I just don't think that we can have Tether. So I'm not knocking Tether as a company. I just don't think we can have Tether just because of the FUD that's surrounding Tether. So I think that we do need stablecoins because traders want assets that hold their value, so that when market corrections and stuff like that happen, they can flee into it and they can escape the volatility. Mass adoption can happen through a stablecoin because it's instantly a medium of exchange because it's able to hold its value. The only question with a stablecoin is like, how do you there's 3 ways you can approach it. So You have the way Tether is doing, where it's just purely it's fiat in, tokens out kind of thing. Then you have the other way, which I think Maker is doing it with their DAI token. Maker is, I think their stablecoin is collateralized with a basket of different cryptos, right? And the other way you can do it is with the quote unquote algorithmic central bank, and that's what Basis is attempting to do. Three different approaches, each with their, I guess, pros and cons. I'll talk a little bit about each one, I guess. So one of the good things with, I guess, Tether is like the system is pretty straightforward. You exchange your U.S. dollars for Tether tokens. It's a one-to-one kind of thing. And when tethers are destroyed, I believe dollars are given back, something kind of like that.
Okay.
And the downside with that is, like, obviously it's highly centralized because all that money is coming from one organization. It's coming from Tether Limited. A good side about Tether is, though, it's a good way to escape KYC. It's a very good way to escape KYC because you don't have to, like, there's no KYC with getting Tether, essentially. Another thing is Maker. So Maker is decentralized. And that's why I believe Maker is decentralized. People can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But yeah, because Maker is decentralized, there's no central authority. So you don't have to worry about the house of cards that people would argue that Tether Limited is, or Tether, the currency is. And also, Maker, the downside of Maker is, though, Maker is, it's greedy. Because it's collateralized, right? There's an opportunity cost that's associated with that collateral, which is cryptos, I believe. And so when you had these different cryptos, they could be put to use in other things. So there's an opportunity cost that's associated with that basket of goods that's being used to keep Maker stable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
And so because of the opportunity cost, it makes it that opportunity cost grows with the basket of assets, the basket of crypto assets that grow with Maker. So
there's also ways to manipulate that too, though, right? Like just like in like regular economics, how they measure that stuff. Is it going to be the same basket of cryptos every time? Yeah. Things like that.
But I still think
mess with that stuff.
I still think, though, even if you bring up the question of, okay, is it going to be the same basket of cryptos? You got to ask yourself, like, there's still an opportunity cost, though. Right? Like if I have a basket of 10 and then I swap one out for the other one, isn't there still an opportunity cost? I just changed it for something else.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And then you have Basis, which is kind of like I believe it's a 3-token system where you have a volatile currency, you have a stable currency, then you have bonds. And that one's a complicated project, but the whole idea of it is to kind of function like an algorithmic central bank. My friend knows about it he can talk about it way better than I can. But the thing is, it's non-collateralized, so which means it's not greedy. So you don't have the problem of, like, okay, do we have enough collateral to keep this thing stable? And it's not centralized, so you don't have the problem of a house of cards. The only problem with this one is enough people have to use it for the game theory to work.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm looking at the nothing really is completely stable. First off, you know what I mean. So even gold is it fluctuates, up to 1% or whatever a day. It talks about in that article, but it's an interesting. I do think that it lends itself to a segment of the population, maybe specifically older people, who would be more interested in it, because every time I talk to an older person about cryptocurrency and blockchain, the negativity is just like unbelievable. First off, not every older person, but a lot of them, and then it's just like it's always like volatility is what they talk about. It's like
Listen,
maybe that would be a reason.
I personally feel like that's an excuse. I feel like that's an excuse because people will come up with anything under the sun to justify the way they feel about something. Like if we solved volatility today, they would come up with something else.
Yeah, so really would.
I feel like a lot of people genuinely.
You think it's just laziness?
I think it's just laziness.
It might be. It might be lazy. It's like intellectual laziness. Like they don't want to. They don't have the time to really like turn their brain on outside
Yeah.
of like their day
Like,
job
yo,
or something.
let me tell you something. We could solve volatility right now, and you know the next problem people talk about? Oh, it uses too much energy.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
This,
that's the one you're hearing more about
yeah.
now. Like they're
Oh,
really pumping that narrative
it's
again.
bad for the environment.
Yeah,
Get that shit out of here, man.
yeah. Like all the banks on Wall Street don't suck up tons of
Yeah,
power running those computers every
yeah.
single day
Who,
they have. Can you
who made
imagine?
you the
Yeah,
bastion for what is economic? I
yeah,
mean, not economically. Who made you the bastion for what we deem environmentally friendly?
yeah.
When half the
It's
people,
always the people that aren't actually producing anything at all that are
yeah,
talking about that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Okay, so why don't you stop driving your cars? Why don't you? Why don't
yeah,
you? Why don't we just tell all the banks, hey, stop running all your data centers. You're using way too much energy, guys. We need to change. We need to change the way all our data centers run. We need to go to all those data centers that are in Mesa, Arizona, and shut them all down because they're using way too much energy.
Did you see the people outside of Consensus last week or whatever, whenever it was about they all had like they were all like
Oh, that was a
picketing
joke.
outside? Was that a joke? I was
It,
wondering. Did somebody pay them to do that? That's what I was going
I
to ask
I
you.
feel like I read somewhere that it was organized by people
Yeah.
who were actually going to consensus as like a joke.
Okay. I heard that, but I never followed up. I just heard it.
If it's real, if it's real, and they really think that Bitcoin is going to put them out of a job, they're right. Like
Oh, they're
they're
100% right.
100% right.
They're really late to the party if
Yeah.
they're just figuring it out. You
I
know?
mean, we warned you guys in 2012.
Oh, dude,
We warned you guys in 2011, and we
their
warned.
days are numbered.
Yeah.
They're numbered.
So I'm like,
They know
look,
it too. That you can see that there. It was attack, and then they kind of like were like, oh yeah, let's go with this blockchain thing.
yeah,
It's cool, but it's Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies attached to them. We don't need those.
yeah,
Blockchain's the thing we need. And now it's like, oh, you know what? I think we might need our own cryptocurrency.
yeah.
So we'll see what
People
happens.
are delusional.
They really are. They want to be lied to. So a lot of people just love to be lied to.
Yeah. The thing I really and the thing that annoys me a lot is when people are like, oh, like what you said, oh, like Bitcoin, that's not the innovation. Blockchain is innovation. Like an inefficient database is the innovation. Really?
Yeah. So they're gonna centralize it, and then then it's gonna be all
If
good.
most of these enterprise blockchains are not blockchains. They're using the word because it's sexy.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like in the early days of the internet, everybody that had a .com thought they were gonna get like loaded. I think we mentioned that the last time we talked.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because you have blockchain in your on your website
Does
now
not make you
in
a
your
blockchain.
description, yeah, it doesn't mean that you're like gonna be worth $1 billion tomorrow
Yeah.
or something.
Just why the same reason why a lot of people don't consider XRP to be a cryptocurrency because it's not censorship resistant.
Yeah, I can't get on board with it. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I can't get on board. That whole centralization thing was like exactly why I got in. It was the thing that drove me into this space.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's just like why even go that way?
Why is it lagging? No. Why is it lagging? No. All right, whatever. Just got to go through it. I need to build a dedicated computer that's literally just built to stream. That's what I need to do.
And then you need to tell me what you built. That way I can get my own because I
Yeah.
need one too, man.
I'm thinking about upgrading my mining rig and just slapping an i7 on it so that I can stream. Because I have six 1060s on that thing, so it can do graphical stuff fine. But I mean, we could talk about let's talk about privacy, like the FSA. So the Financial Services Agency of Japan is banning privacy coins.
That's worrisome too.
They're trying to ban privacy coins.
I'm looking for that story. Did you send me that one?
I think I did. Worst case scenario, you can Google it.
I think you sent it to me. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, for people who are listening, long story short, FSA is an agency in Japan, and they've kind of been they're kind of Japan's regulatory body when it comes to things like crypto and things of sort. And so they're trying to make a move to ban privacy coins. And a lot of people kind of look at this as a bad thing. And this is kind of along the lines of Poloniex enforcing KYC. A lot of people look at this as a bad thing because there's a considerable amount of people in the crypto space that believe that they have a right to have privacy. Like, people don't need to know about their transactions. The government does not need to know about their transactions. So by the FSA trying to ban privacy coins, which is kind of silly if you ask me, it generated news and it obviously pissed off a lot of people. And this goes back to the age-old discussion of the state versus the people versus cryptocurrency. Like, is it necessarily feasible to ban a privacy coin? I think that's the dumbest thing ever.
This is really like the main theme of my book, like what you just said about the state versus our little community here. But yeah, this is something that's going to unfold, and we really need to like make sure that these don't just die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly to go about that. I don't really have any great ideas right now about that, but just don't sell. I guess hold them.
Making sure coins don't die, or making sure.
Yeah. Well, just making sure that these the good ones. Like I'm looking at the list now. They're going to take down Monero, Dash, Reputation, Zcash. So Monero is one of the best coins in my opinion. It's just I think the best way to get around, hold on to them, I guess.
Yeah, just hold. Honestly, typically historically from what I've seen, when you have moves like this where agencies, government bodies try to ban something, typically in response, we see a dramatic increase in volume of local trades. And so because so just expect an increase in volume of local trades. So if we go to Local Monero, which is an actual website, I'm pretty sure if we were to go to Japan, the trade volume would probably shoot through the roof right now because, okay, I can't buy it from an exchange. I'll just buy it in person now. Like, that's a thing. They're incentive. Actually, so now that I think about it, it might actually be a good thing that they're banning privacy coins now because it's encouraging people to trade peer-to-peer. The very reason these things were created, right?
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, that's a good way. It's an optimist way to look at it for sure.
I'm an optimist. I'm like, look, you're forcing people to use these things for their original, for what they were built for. So for me, I'm like, okay, great.
I've always thought the peer-to-peer, like actual face-to-face, what do you call that? Didactic meetup, like face-to-face convo. Yeah. We're gonna swap my fiat or my crypto for your crypto. Mm-hmm. I always thought that was probably the surest way about going about it. I think you're right. I think that's actually a good thing. But
yeah,
in the same right, you don't want to see them taken off the exchanges. But yeah, I mean, going peer to peer, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, and I'm like, how would you be caught unless like the person you're selling to is a federal agent?
Yeah. But then you have a problem, I guess. I don't know.
Then we have a problem. But I'm pretty sure that's something that people talk about. So that's not something that's just gonna go under the rug. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. It could be in the United States. I have friends who deal locally. Sounds like we're talking about drugs, but
yeah,
I have friends who deal and they have to check for. Some of them do KYC. Some of them check. Well, all of them check the money to make sure that the money is not counterfeit, because that's a thing in America too. People like to give counterfeit bills. Essentially, you can only do trades with fiat currency because there's counterparty risk is higher if you're doing like PayPal, Venmo, because people can charge back, and it's happened. So yeah, whatever advice for So
they say a couple percent of every $100 is counterfeit money, right? Like 3%, 2 or 3%, isn't that what it is? It's something like outrageously high.
Yeah.
It's just another example of the entire thing. You can't have any counterfeit Bitcoin, for example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw a fake article saying somebody got arrested because they tried to sell Chuck E. Cheese tokens as bitcoins. I'm just like, yo, who the hell would buy that?
I think I remember that article.
like
Yeah.
people are so stupid. I hate people. Um,
It was like during the height, like somebody just saw it on TV and they took their like 3-year-old to Chuck E. Cheese.
hmm
Somebody was praying. They're like praying on or whatever. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, and we could talk about the SEC too. Have you gone to the website for Harry coins?
I looked at the all the stuff they're offering with like the air travel rewards and whatnot
Yeah,
instead of like rewards traditional credit card rewards where you could get like so many points. These are going to be in crypto, Howie, right?
Yeah.
What's the exact? I think that's a good idea. What exactly is the name of it?
Howie coin?
Yeah, it's Howie Coin.
Like the Howie test?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely get into ICO. Not because I want to go to jail and not because I'm stupid, but
Yeah.
because it's an ICO by the SEC. And I was talking to Mickey about this yesterday. So I mean, I'm obviously being sarcastic, but I was talking to Mickey about this yesterday, and he was like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" And I'm like, "Yo, this is the best thing ever." And I was like, "Yeah, I think this is the best thing ever because like, yo, the SEC, like this is some like meme shit. You know what I mean?"
Yeah,
Like,
it's irony. The irony.
Yeah, like this is some meme, like this is some trolling shit, and
Yeah.
it takes serious thought to be able to like do this, because I think they realized like, oh, we're just gonna release guidance on our website. I think they realized that no one was reading that shit, or not a lot of people were reading it. So I think they realized like, wait, we gotta like cater to people, or we gotta get with the times, man. We gotta get with the times, Ryan. So what they do instead is they just create a website, and it's just genius in my opinion. Obviously, I obviously have my reservations, but I think the idea is great.
Yeah, it also it's so they're gonna like promote this website to like help people realize the dangers of ICOs. Is that basically the gist?
Pretty much the dangers of ICOs. Be educated. Make sure that they're doing KYC, AML, all those fancy 3-letter words that no one cares. Well, that people don't care about. Um, and yeah, pretty much just educate people.
I got you. It's a good idea. I mean, I'm not for regulation or anything, but I am for education. I don't want to see people getting their money stolen, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't want to see people being forced to learn through stuff like BitConnect and
Yeah.
all that other stuff. I'm for self-regulation just because.
Well,
Now go ahead.
that's why we're both writing our books. So we talked about that a little bit before, just to educate newcomers and people that don't have as much time to dig or just haven't been here long. Been in the
Yeah,
space very long.
yeah. I don't think people read
Just
my book.
something to think about.
Yeah, my book is not like it's probably not going to be as intense as yours because I know like you got years of knowledge behind you. Mine is kind of just like a rudimentary guide for like a beginner on like where the hell they go, where the hell they go from day one. Honestly, where
It'll
do
be a
they
good
go?
thing to read. Trust me.
Hmm?
I have faith in you.
Yeah,
It'll be good. It'll be good.
yeah. So like, where do they go? Okay, like where's the additional material for learning? Bring them up to date on some of the debates that have been happening, stuff like that. Kind of like a 0 to 100, I guess, or maybe a 0 to 60.
That's
60.
that's good to have it. You said how long was it going to be? You think?
It's probably gonna be. It can't be no more than 20 pages.
It's funny. I started writing mine, and I didn't know really how long it was going to be, and it just kind of mine's right around 50. I'm doing the edits on it now, but yeah, it's like yours. What I'm trying to say is you might end up writing a longer one.
That's my fear because
Yeah.
I have this goal on my wall saying to write the book, and so like I'm writing and I'm thinking, okay, I can finish this in a day. Then like, oh, I just thought about this. Oh, I thought about this. I didn't consider this. What about that over there? Like,
Yeah.
it's literally like a rabbit hole, and I realize that every single time I start writing because I'm like, yo, like, there's still more for me to write. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like you're thinking, like you said, it's something that's like, a lot of it leads one idea it leads into another. So you something you're talking about economics and you go on like a tangent about scarcity and why how demand's created and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Why we need finite supply, whatever, you know. And
Yeah,
it just takes you down a rabbit hole into all different sorts of stuff. So that was what I encountered at least.
yeah. So what do you think about Poloniex?
I think I don't know, man. It's what the you talking? Oh, the Goldman Sachs story. Yeah,
Well,
that's
not the Goldman Sachs story, the KYC on legacy users.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm. Well, I consider them Goldman Sachs now. That's why I said it like that. I'm just like, I see Goldman Sachs, dude, and that's all. It doesn't matter. It's over. Whatever.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
yeah. That's how
I
I look
got
at
family
it.
that work at Goldman.
Yeah, if you're with, what do you say?
I said I've close friends that work at Goldman.
Oh, I'm sure they're good people, but it's the institution they're within. It's corruption.
Nah,
But yeah, I think that's pretty. What are they gonna do? I mean, I guess all these regulations are coming down, so I
yeah.
guess they have to comply. But it's also like, yeah, you got Goldman Sachs there. How many lobbyists does Goldman Sachs have?
Oh yeah.
So are they coming in just to set up legislation now? That's what I would think, personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, as soon as I heard Goldman Sachs,
You was like, oh
that's what
man, they're up to no good at all.
Yeah, of course, yeah. They don't have good intent. Come on, you know
Oh
that.
my god.
Yeah, they don't have good intent. You know that, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I think a VP at Goldman or another firm. It was probably Goldman. I think a VP at Goldman was recently charged with insider trading.
It wasn't crypto trading, was it?
I don't think it was crypto. I don't think it was crypto trading. I don't think they've launched their platform yet. I think they're still considering it.
That'll be the next story you hear about, like one of the big
insider. Bro, I would not be surprised.
Insider crypto trading.
I would not be surprised. I think insider trading happens at regular crypto exchanges.
It's definitely. I mean, I don't want to scare anybody, but it has to be happening.
Bro, the crypto community is such a bro community.
Oh yeah.
There's no way you're telling me that people aren't insider trading.
100% happening.
I refuse to believe that. This community is way too friendly for people not to insider trade.
That's one of the best things about this community, though. There's a lot of good people in this community.
Yeah.
On a serious note, but yeah, there's that when people are tight though, there's gonna be that bros, that.
Oh yeah,
hey,
people.
By the way, wink, wink. If you got the opportunity, it's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's human nature.
I've never seen so many people attach emotions to things that they can't see or touch in my entire life.
What do you mean? Elaborate on that.
Like you can't see these coins, you can't touch these coins. We see like picture depictions, but I'm like, yo, like I can't mint a Bitcoin, you know what I mean? But like I can't mint EOS, but so many people attach like all their feelings to it. You would think we're talking about
physical. Yeah, there's nothing physical.
Yeah, you would think we're talking about imaginary friends. Like this shit is crazy.
I think that's funny. I think that's how a lot of people, like, when I first started talking about it back in the day, that's how they looked at me. Like, dude, this guy has completely lost his mind. He's talking about, like, digital money that is created on a computer without a central bank. He's really lost it.
You definitely sound like you're selling tulips, buddy.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't like your ideas. I'm going to stick to printing money.
Yeah. I love losing 3% a year to inflation. It's my favorite thing. And then it's another thing.
It's 2.9. Get it right.
Yeah. I was talking to a guy the other day. I'm that guy that's like going through the line wherever he is, and he's like sliding that. You guys ready to accept Bitcoin yet? Sort of line. And I was at this like country convenient whatever market store. And I slid that in, and the lady was like, Bitcoin, we're not accepting that. Like, in her USA, like, military shirt. I, like, offended her so bad.
Oh, my
And I'm
God.
like, yeah, you're sitting here. You can't take my Visa card, or you have to charge me this rate. You love giving up, you love giving up 13% of your whatever your sale is. They give up 13%? Like, well, some of them are, it's crazy, some of that stuff. I mean, I'm not sure exactly. I know it depends where you're at and what you're buying, but, like, yeah, I think up to some places it is that crazy, I think.
That's crazy. I know overseas it can get ridiculous. Like, In the
Yeah.
Caribbean, it's ridiculously high.
I'm not sure what the rate is here. I mean, it's probably like 3 or 4% maybe, but I do know there are places I've heard of like convenience stores and stuff getting really taxed or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard of places in like Barbados and other countries where like you can't buy anything without a T-shirt because like with using a credit card because of the fees.
Yeah. That's because all the counterparty risk and stuff too.
Yeah,
I wrote about that a little bit. You know, it sucks to see. That's just like, you know, it's just a symptom of the entire structure, whatever, of centralized money and banking. That'll end too. You know, obviously that's going away.
Yeah, it's
only a matter of time.
Exactly. What do you think about Vitalik and well, he's not joining Google. It was just a poll.
Yeah.
But if Vitalik were to leave Ethereum, what do you think the effect would be?
I think it would be like the end of the world for Ethereum, to be honest. I know.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, not to scare anybody. I guess that's pretty dramatic, right? The end of the world. Yeah. But I think I like Vitalik. I think he's pretty smart. He's a little bit eccentric or whatever. Everybody obviously knows that.
No, if you don't think he's eccentric, you're bugging.
Yeah. For a group of like people who are already kind of eccentric, like if you're gonna like put everybody in a group, I feel like this is kind of like an eccentric group of people for some reason.
Yeah.
Not to like cast everybody with
a
broad
brush. Well, you gotta be crazy. You have to be crazy to think of intangible money. Right?
Exactly.
That's not something your average Joe is going to think about.
That's what I mean. People are already capable of thinking outside the party line or towing the party line, like we were talking about a little bit before we came on, I think. But yeah, I think Vitalik's he's obviously a genius. But it's kind of funny. My dad told me he heard about CryptoKitties on NPR today.
Oh my God!
I think it was today or this week, and I was just like, of course, that's what they're talking about. CryptoKitties on NPR, of all the things they can talk about. But
we've got to think of a slick way. We've got to think of a slick way to pull in the no coiners.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that would be good, man. I don't know. I don't think he's going anywhere though. That's like the child he birthed or whatever.
Yeah, there's no way.
He's not leaving Google to go to Google. He could be bigger than Google someday. Who knows?
Yeah. If I worked at Google, I was telling Mickey, I was like, yo, if I worked at Google and I saw this man in my office and like with an employee badge, I would be like, yo, dude, why are you here? You already won.
Yeah,
you won. Like, come on.
It would basically. Why would he ever do that? He's go from being captain of it. He's at the top of the mountain. To me, like, why would he ever leave and go have a boss? I don't care what the money is. He's already like dumb rich. You know, he's dumb wealthy. Whatever. You know, he's not.
Yeah, that's
doesn't
like
have any reason.
It's like the equivalent of going to the gym and then you see a big ass buff guy and you're like, yo, bro, why are you here? You won.
Yeah.
Like you clearly beat the gym. Like you don't need to come to the gym anymore, but you're still here. So
take the night off, bro.
Yeah, like you can afford to take a couple months off, dude. You're good.
He was probably. I mean, I guess that would be kind of cool though if you're so big that like Google feels like they need you. Maybe I think he probably does that stuff maybe out of like his own ego. Like makes him feel good.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it makes him feel good, or he's just doing it to troll people.
But he is he's a big troll. He's a self-admitted troll.
I think he deleted it though, because probably he realized like, yeah, that might affect the price of this thing that he has. And like, I don't think he wants to be accused of price manipulation. I don't know why he deleted it. I'm not in his head, but if that's me, like, I'm careful with the words that I say because I don't want people to accuse me of manipulating the price of this thing, and I don't want the discussion of this thing possibly being a security to be brought back up.
I like Vitalik. I just wanted to get that on the record because I commented on one of his threads once. I don't know if I told you about this. Did I tell you about this?
No, you did not.
He responded to it, and I just thought that was. I mean, it's one of those things. Like it was about fixed fees and stuff.
What did he say?
He was sort of saying that he thought that fixed fees would be a good thing amongst like mining and all this stuff. And I was like, that sounds pretty centralized, man. Just kind of like trolling him a little bit. And he did respond. He's like, no more centralized and fixed blocks. and he just like zinger right back, and that was
Yeah,
it. But I think he's obviously gonna stay there. He's just having a good time, probably.
yeah, that definitely. What do you think about the whole debate of proof? Proof. This is kind of high, I guess, low level. What do you think about the debate of proof of stake versus proof of work?
Man, that's for the developers to really. I don't get into that too much. I'm letting those people that are smarter, more capable in the computer science world figure that out. What do you think?
Um, so I think there was one point where I spent at least 4 or 5 days reading scholarly debates about proof of work versus proof of stake. And I will be completely honest. I don't know. I don't know. I was about, yeah, I was
That's
about to
why
say
I
I don't
don't
know
like to
shit.
say because that's how I feel. Like as much as I read up on it, I'm like I still don't really have a formidable opinion. I feel
Yeah,
like that's maybe the best way to say it.
exactly. Like I want people to sit down, like first take style ESPN, and then hash out this proof of work versus proof of stake debate, because
Yeah,
I can literally send you like every debate that I've read, proof of work versus proof of stake, and like it seems like it's an endless circle. Um, I'm biased towards proof of work because it works, um, but I also understand why people would want a proof of stake system.
yeah. I don't know, man. We're gonna see. I think we'll probably see both for a long time. I don't think there'll be like a clear cut winner
Yeah,
where it'll be like one or the other anytime soon because of all the different types of mining and stuff that are going on too.
exactly. Still trying to figure out why this thing
You
keeps
want to talk?
happening.
You want to mention that Paradox
Oh
with
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Coinbase?
Yeah, I mean,
That's a big story.
yeah, it's a big story. Long story short, for those who don't know, Coinbase is acquiring Paradox, and Paradox is a 0x relayer. Just think of it as like an exchange that has a whole bunch of like Ethereum based coins slash tokens, and yeah, Coinbase is actually acquiring a whole bunch of shit now, which is kind of scaring me. Um,
Why does that scare you? Not to interrupt you.
cause um, I don't like it's like an Amazon kind of situation. Like,
Okay.
what if they become the Amazon of crypto?
That
Like Amazon owns a lot of shit.
uh, that that is a little worrisome, but I mean, are they gonna get like that? Do you think? Do you think that could happen?
I don't think it's gonna happen because competition. I think competition will eventually keep up, but Coinbase's execution has been far better than most exchanges in the U.S. Coinbase started later than Gemini, and most people when they know about how to get crypto, the first place they go to is Coinbase.
That's
So
true. It's pretty much the easiest. Like, yeah.
yeah. So I'm just worried about that whole like it becomes a gigantic company thing. But I
Okay.
don't think we're going in that route. I think they're going to be bigger. They're going to be bigger companies. Obviously, you have Binance too, but Binance isn't American. I'm kind of concerned with America right now, but my heart says it's not going to happen. But it's kind of scary to watch.
I don't think I don't think they're going to become like a conglomerate or a monopolist in the market or whatever. But I do understand the concern. But all the decentralization going on, I don't see that happening. I
Yeah,
hope not.
me and you both.
I hope not because, like you said, all of the not all. That's a hyperbolic statement. A vast majority of the new money coming in does flow into Coinbase, no
Yeah.
doubt. I don't know what the percent is. I can make up a number. Probably 75%, I would guess. Wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
you? I mean, something. I mean, in America, I'm speaking as an American right now. I don't
Yeah.
know what abroad. Maybe it's different.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Coinbase also. This is kind of way back. This is kind of like a little bit old though, but Coinbase added Segwit, and I think Segwit is at like 40% adoption. So we're getting there, man. We are getting there. For those of
It's
you,
exciting. It's exciting.
yeah, we're still. If this was an exam, we'd still be failing, but we're still failing less
Yeah.
than we were before. You know,
Yep.
I'll take 40% over 13%.
The slow implementation will be good for us in the long run.
Yeah, people need to realize that like businesses are running full nodes, and they actually have to make sure that when they integrate this thing, it doesn't disrupt anything that they have going on. So adoption is not going to happen like that. Like if you were to apply an on-chain scaling solution. Um, so I can only be excited about what the future brings. And
Those guys doing that are like, to me, like the smartest people in the world.
what SegWit? Oh, they
Yeah,
are the
like I mean,
smartest
like
people
you
in the
just
world.
said, like to do that on the fly and make everything work. I mean, people want the world overnight.
Yeah,
It's insane. But like 40, like what'd you say? 40% now?
yeah, we're 40%, I believe.
I don't think that's that bad, man. I mean, they should, maybe the problem with that was they promised too much too fast, and then people. It's sort of like the what happens a lot in this community. I can't think of the exact way I want to word it, but people really want like, when is this going to be out? When is the launch date?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
is this going to be full mainnet? When is
yeah.
this going to be?
That's the thing too. I got frustrated when like a whole bunch of noobs would complain
Yeah.
about like the fees and stuff, and I'm like, yo, bro, you just got in this shit.
The
Like,
people that just get in and start like we said, complaining about why am I not seeing big gains? Like it's such a double-edged sword because you want them here because you want that money coming in, but you're also like you're losing a little bit of your baby at the same time. Like the it's getting a little bit watered down with like the ideals.
yeah,
Like people aren't in it for the tech. They're speculating, whatever.
yeah.
Or you have people that are just like businessmen that are also basically speculators that really don't have any intention of launching a real product at all. At all. They're just pumping these ICOs.
Oh my god, yo, if the next person that shills, so I go to crypto meetups, right? The next person that shills their ICO to me, I swear to God, I'll probably slap him in the face.
I had somebody today in my email about one. I haven't got to look at it too much yet, but
Yeah.
I told him I'd look at it.
So would you promote ICOs?
Uh, Man, I have to look into the legality of even doing that because I don't even know if that's legal.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There are a whole bunch of YouTubers that, well, they don't necessarily promote ICOs. What people are doing now is they're doing reviews of the ICOs, but they're sponsored reviews.
I know what you're talking about. They're basically shilling the coins for a review.
Shilling the coins without shilling the coins.
That's that. Not to McAfee. He was the one that he was the original pump guy with Verge, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the what did he call that? The ultimate security coin. What was it? Was like some he was hyping like that hard, dude. He was really that was like the first one he pumped, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Verge was the first one he pumped, and then I think like there was a scandal behind that with Verge too, where like the messages, somebody leaked the messages.
Yeah.
And then like the whole DMs and stuff, he got paid like $100,000 to pump that coin.
Oh, that was crazy. How many whatever Bitcoin it was? Was it 10 or something?
I believe
it might have been less than that at the time. Who knows?
I just find that crazy though. I mean, McAfee kind of fucked himself up with that.
But that guy just keeps on ticking. There's like nothing sticks to him.
Yeah, absolutely nothing sticks to him. He's managed to get away with so much, and I'm just like,
that guy is a genius. I don't care what he's done. I mean, I'm not talking about him as a person. I don't know him personally or anything, but he's definitely a genius. I will say that about John McAfee.
Yeah. What do you think about the Verge partnership with Pornhub?
I don't know. We didn't talk about that last time, did we?
Nah,
that's interesting, man. I actually thought that was a pretty good idea. I think that's if it's truly private, which I don't know. I haven't done my due diligence on Verge. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've read everything they've written or looked into their white paper extensively or anything, but seems like a good idea to me for obvious reasons. People love their privacy, and those two things kind of go together.
Yeah. Let me grab my charger because my laptop's about to die.
Okay.
All right, hello.
I'm here, buddy.
All right, sorry about that.
You good?
All right, yeah. So I mean, I thought the Pornhub partnership was bullshit. I'll be
Did
completely
you?
honest. Yeah.
Why
So
do you say that?
I say it's bullshit because the the money that they used for the partnership, I think they used around like $2 million. That money could have been spent to prevent your shitcoin from getting 51% attacked.
Oh, okay. I did see you post that, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I was just talking about like money aside. Good idea,
Oh
dude.
yeah, yeah. The idea
I'm
is good.
with. Yeah, I'm with you. I was just on a marketing level, wasting your money on that when you should be. I'm with you. 100%. They should have been securing their network.
Yeah,
Spent the
that's
money on security.
exactly. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I didn't want to get that confused for sure. Uh, no sense of marketing a bad project, right?
well, I'm of this sort that there's no sense in if you're a currency coin, there's no sense in marketing. Period. If you're good, people are going to use it.
That's true.
Like no one markets Bitcoin.
It just came organically.
It organically came and people organically used it. But
Yeah.
my thing with some of these partnerships is I don't know how much I don't know how much Verge the foundation or like the founders or whatever have, but there's no way you're telling me that they're doing these partnerships and they're just not like there's no way you're going to tell me that they're doing these partnerships and they're not selling their stuff unless like they're like vesting agreements like Ripple has lockup periods. Like they can only sell X amount of Ripple during like a certain period. So I don't know if this has been released for Verge, but I'm pretty damn sure if it's not been released, there's no way you're telling me that they're doing these partnerships and they're not dumping stuff on people, unsuspecting
If
people
I
who have
would,
no idea.
I'm with you. If I was going to get into any of the privacy coins, I don't own any cryptos,
Also,
but
it's not as
if
secure as people think it is.
yeah, I would definitely be trying to get into Monero or something
Yeah,
like that.
definitely not
Maybe
as
Dash.
yeah, exactly. Definitely not as private and definitely not as secure as people think. There have been research papers that prove that. Okay, I think they're trying to do like they're trying to use Tor to like make things more private at the IP address level. There have been scholarly articles that have shown that okay, when the FBI is like doing analysis and stuff to track people's transactions, they don't care. They're not even looking at IP addresses. So, and it's also evidence has been released to prove that it's actually problematic when you're using stuff like Tor and you're trying to like integrate that into a cryptocurrency like blockchain network type
So
thing.
you think it's? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
And then the third thing, my bad. Let me just finish this. The third thing is that it's not privacy is optional. It's not mandatory. So and I know if we were to look at Zcash and Zcash in the long run, they do plan on making privacy mandatory. But if we were to look at Zcash's usage, I think Zcash's usage for private transactions is no more than 40%. So if a bigger currency like Zcash is only using around like 40%, I think it's safe, even though it's a different chain, I think it's safe for me to say that Verge's privacy or its usage of privacy or its Wraith protocol or whatever fancy buzzword you want to use is not anywhere near Zcash's. So I would say most people aren't even transacting privately with with Verge.
What do
So
you think about? Do you think Tor is a bad idea to use that, like you said,
there have been
about the inhibiting the integration, the
so
interoperability.
So I can't go too deep into it, but the surface level argument against Tor is that it's very problematic. Like it leads to certain problems in terms of how your system works. Um, I got to go back and review the article again. I can actually send you the article when I find it, but it brought up some valid points against like them using Tor and stuff like that. But the point I was trying to make with the whole privacy is optional thing is that you have situations where like if you're an optional privacy coin, picture this: you're in a boarding room, right? There are 100 people in the room. Uh, Only one person's wearing a ski mask. Now, change all those people to users that are transacting privately versus publicly with a privacy coin, and then you tell me if there's real privacy.
Good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah. So it's not as private and it's not as secure as people think. So it's a scam in my book.
I got you. Okay, that's interesting. So okay. I've never heard anyone explain it like that. I really like that analogy, man. That's a
Appreciate
good
it.
analogy. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. If everybody's in the room and somebody sends that one guy money,
Listen,
I mean,
I'm slapping the shit out the guy with the ski mask.
yeah, there's a trace there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely track that. Good point.
Yeah, man.
The only way to, I guess, the only way to get around that could this be the only way to be around that? Well, no, unless you're starting a brand new blockchain and you are getting into an ICO and you get inside of a network of people that swear up and down like you're in a tight knit crew of 5 or 10 people that are only going to do business over Tor together. That would be like the only way right now that you could have true privacy, right?
Yeah, and if those people
and then you're not, it's not even true privacy because we know who we're transacting with anyways.
Yeah.
Like somebody really knows, you know?
Yeah.
So there really is no true privacy, I guess.
Pretty much, honestly.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
Monero is definitely the most private, but Zcash is making hurdles that could potentially make it more scalable than Monero. And private by default. So I'm watching those two projects with Hawkeyes.
Yeah. Whoever figures that out first will be it'll be a top 5, maybe top 3 crypto for sure. Cryptocurrency, blockchain. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I can't say with a fair certainty, but I could argue that I think I've done this numerous times. I think I could argue that the one that's going to be the winner is going to be the one that becomes money.
What do you think? What do you want to delve into that? You want to go?
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. What was your question?
I said, do you want to go off the rails to that for a second? Do you want to which one do you think right now is the payment coin or the transaction coin?
Bitcoin.
Do you think it is Bitcoin?
Best currency is Bitcoin. Best privacy coin is Zcash and Monero.
I still love my Litecoin, man. I'm such a Litecoin maximalist, but I know that Bitcoin's the guy.
Like I said, that's not to say that Litecoin's gonna die.
Oh, I don't think Litecoin will die. I've heard a few people say that they think that could happen, but Litecoin's been like the test net for Bitcoin all the way. It's not going anywhere. They're going to keep working together.
A lot of these alts have been the test net for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They're testing out brand new ideas, and if these new ideas work, people will propose them in a Bitcoin improvement proposal, and if it goes through the right amount of peer reviews, rigorous peer reviews, then it'll get put in, man.
And speaking of porn and cryptocurrency, I actually saw Litecoin got added to some virtual reality site or something, some porno site, man.
Virtual reality.
Did you happen to see it?
I don't think I'm watching VR porn.
No, I think it came out today, man. Charlie Lee tweeted it.
Charlie Lee's watching VR porn?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I need to have a conversation with this guy. I mean, like, yo, bro, like,
he could be. I don't know.
You got a foundation and you over here watching VR porn.
He's a married man. He's probably not into that. He's out. He's looking for his people. But I don't know. It's kind of funny.
All right.
But, yeah, I think he tweeted about that today. I might have to try to find that.
Yeah, I need to stalk Twitter more. I just got back on Twitter too.
I don't have a lot of time right now to get in the feed and like check his stuff. I just happened to see that today.
Yeah.
A lot of people were, you know how when something big happens and he tweets it out, it's like, oh, it's all through my feed, man. I got a lot of Litecoin people, so I don't normally miss it. Oh, it's VRporn.com. So
I'm not going to that while I'm streaming. Sorry,
sounds
guys.
like a good place to get your keys hacked. It's
a good place to get a lot of things hacked.
get a keylog on your.
Oh
I
my
hope he did some
God.
betting on that site because that's what McAfee was talking about. That's really. I
What,
mean, that
keylogging?
makes sense. Oh
Keylogging?
yeah, I mean, that's where this is gonna. There's gonna be somebody that
Bro,
gets just.
that's why I'm so careful of the stuff I download on my computer.
Oh yeah, I don't put any junk on mine.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
can't afford
straight
that.
business. Yeah.
And in this age of internet, in the age of internet of money, like I think the need for like cybersecurity professionals is septupled.
I'm with you.
Because
It's gonna
Antonopoulos,
be.
what's up?
No, go ahead.
No,
Keep
I was
going.
gonna say Antonopoulos has a saying, right? Like information security has been around since the 50s, and we've never been good at it. But physical security has been here since the beginning of time, and it's pretty much been foolproof. Which one do you think is better?
That's true. That is true. That's why people have always loved holding gold bullion or whatever
Yeah,
instead of
like the gold coins or
whatever.
whatever.
Holding your money, yeah, holding your money in instead of holding your money in the bank, or holding paper. They want that. I mean, paper's physical, but it has no real value.
Yeah, if I wasn't in the cryptos, I would probably be a gold bug.
I mean, I still I still think gold is like uh, it's big. I mean, I don't know how I would handicap it. 80-20 if I was like trying to tell somebody how to invest, maybe 80 cryptos, 20 gold or
Yeah.
silver,
My thing
precious
is,
metals, VC.
my thing is though, like people talk about the volatility of crypto, but we never talk about the fact that like when these traditional markets crash, it takes forever for them to recover.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We
That is true.
never like no one ever brings that up as a counterpoint. Like
And
yes,
it's so easy to manipulate them too. Sorry to cut you off.
no, you're right, you're right. And I'm just like, like I don't think you guys realize like, when the stock market crashes, that shit takes like 5 years to recover. Bitcoin
It does.
crashes and it'll be fine. It'll be fine in like 6 months. Like we'll return to the median in 6 months. So
We're still up for the year, aren't we? Or what? Where
we
are we
are
at
we
now?
are still up despite that crazy crash we had in December.
Yeah.
We're still higher than October and November, I believe. So
Yeah, the bottom was what was the bottom of Bitcoin? 6,400 or something like that.
something like that.
Yeah, and look at what are we now? 7,500 a day.
7,500. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be fine. This is to me this is
No,
healthy
dude,
growth.
Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin's dead.
Oh yeah, Bitcoin
It's
is dead and
over.
all these altcoins are zero and people owe me money.
Yeah, I heard some people saying again, Bitcoin's dead.
Nah, no, so many, bro, so many of these. Oh my god! Listen,
They want it to
I'm
be
gonna
dead so bad.
anyone that's talking to me about like Bitcoin being dead. I better see at least a bachelor's degree on your belt.
That's true.
Like I'm not trying to. I need to see a bachelor's degree and I need to see some scholarly articles proving why. If you can't do that, I'm not listening to you.
I want to hear business cycle theory. I want to hear what you know about economics
Most
too, because
most people on the street don't even know about regular investing,
you know
let alone like crypto assets and stuff like that. So I'm very careful of who I decide to listen to.
their knowledge. A lot of people's knowledge of that is like, well, the Dow Jones is up or down. That's like what they
That
know. They
people don't
like
even know
that.
what Dow Jones is.
They're going to the commercial and they know like up, it's up.
Yeah,
Whatever,
yeah.
whatever amount. So
And most people just listen to the bullshit that comes off of CNBC and they base their trading decisions on that. Like, dude, if you want to get out my face,
this is also for like the hardcore crowd too of people who are like completely addicted to currencies and economies because it's 24 hours. So it's just another thing that's so much different from a traditional market, really,
yeah.
where you can get in and out of positions whenever you want.
Traditional forex is volatile.
Oh yeah, it is too.
It's not as volatile as crypto, but it's volatile.
No, I'm just looking at some of these prices. Almost everything's in the green right now for the last 24 hours.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
I know. It would be nice to head into the weekend in the green, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that'd be fantastic. Today's Friday, right? No, Thursday.
It's
Oh.
gonna be Friday here in a little bit.
Almost there, man.
God,
We're
it's so,
almost there.